Hey guys, welcome back to Weekend Hero. I'm Ashley, and today I'm gonna wrap up my brakes that I started a couple months back. Some of you may recall I just did the pads, and this time around I'm gonna be doing the whole brakes of the car, like a whole brake kit. So they got in maybe like a month and a half ago, but I haven't had the time to actually put them on. So let me just show you what I got. I actually got brakes from Power Stop. This is their extreme performance brake system. I actually don't need extreme performance brakes. It was a good deal, so I went ahead and got them. So what I got is rotors and new brake pads for the front and the back. The last time I put on these, there were some cheapo ones I got for like 20 bucks or 20 something bucks at an Auto Parts Stone, but they actually created so much brake dust. You can see that. So I really didn't like them. They were good, but they just created too much dust. So what I got is I got these drilled in slot brakes, very big ones. These are the backs. The other sets are in here. There's the other back, and there's the other front. They're nicely labeled. Front passenger side. That's the rear passenger side. And for starters, I'm gonna do the front. I'll do the back separately. I don't have that much space in my garage. See a bunch of stuff for my kids. So I already drenched the two screws I have to take off from here with some WD-40 just to get the rust loose a bit. Not sure if you can see. Turn on the video. This bolt right here that I'm pointing to, let's see if it focuses. This one right there. Already put WD-40 on that. I gotta loosen that one, and you can't see. Oh, there it is. That one all the way at the back. So yeah, so it's the second one in the back. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the old pads that I had there on. At the end of the video, there's gonna be a link to how to replace pads. You can check that one out. So how to remove. So I'm gonna skip that part, and I'll just be showing you how to replace the rotor itself. Okay, I already drenched them in WD-40, so I'm gonna go ahead and break the bolts loose. So yeah, let's get started. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove the top bolt. It's probably there pretty tight, so I'm just gonna tap it out. All right, I think I cracked it. Yeah, I definitely cracked it loose. Perfect. So now I can just remove the bolt slowly. I'm gonna do the same for the bottom one. Just gonna loosen it. There it is. I believe they just got it, cracked it loose. All right, time to get that bolt out. So with the other bolt taken out, the core caliper is completely loose. I left the top bolt on, just slightly on, so it just doesn't fall, because again, I don't want to damage the brake line. I still have the bungee from earlier when I removed the brake pads. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carefully remove the top bolt. Right, and you should feel the whole caliper just fall. I'm gonna just slide it out, and this is your caliper. You want to be very careful with the brake line. This is very heavy. All right, so real quickly, took the caliper off, extremely dirty. I got a second bungee, but now, as you see, just carefully routed this rubber so it's not kinking anywhere. It's nice and loose, and all the weight's coming off of the bungees. So yeah, so now I have access to the full rotor. You see right here. I'm gonna get these two screws out, and that should release the rotor from its place. I just want to give you guys a reminder to please be careful with these screws. The last thing you want to do is strip either of them, because then your rotor is sort of stuck until you can figure something out to get the screws out. Okay, there's the first screw coming out, and here goes the next one. So now we have to take this rotor off. So hopefully it just, yep. Ooh, my car's not that bad shape. There it is. Old rotor out. How rusted it was. Before you actually can go ahead and put the new rotor in, a couple of things you want to do. First, I'm going to hit this rotor with a wire brush and some brake fluid and trying to clean as much as I can off this rust area. It doesn't have to be super squeaky clean or looking brand new, but You want like at least a nice even surface so you can place the new rotor can sit properly. And another thing you want to do is on the new rotors that you're going to be putting on, you want to put brake clean on all of this. By the way, if you don't know, brake clean is this brake cleaner. Make sure that's nice and clean because sometimes they come with some oils. Remove stickers if they have stickers on it like this one. Again, you just want to get them nice and clean before you actually put them on to the hub assembly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just real quickly. It doesn't have to be nice. Like I said, it doesn't have to be super duper squeaky clean. Okay. Went ahead and took the sticker off. There's still some residue there. That's okay. I'm gonna just take a bit of brake cleaner. Gonna wipe on this whole surface. Nothing super fancy, just enough to get all the oils out. There we go. Let's go to the car. There is a right way of putting them on. Just make sure your holes are aligned. So just if you're wondering, these rotors are the same size as my old ones. I just wanted a tad bit better rotors. Make sure you're not crossed already. Then I'm just gonna hit it with the impact real quick. Not too much, again, you don't want to strip them. All right, that's good. Now we're ready for the caliper. I'm gonna wipe down the caliper and put it back on. Just gotta finish screwing them down and I'm gonna tighten them up. All right, almost there. Now all I need is the brake pads and we should be done with this. This kit is pretty cool. It actually brought like hardware for the brakes. You can't see what these are, but these are like new brake boots. These are the little boots that are going at the end here. My new brakes. Awesome. So let me get to it. Again, if you want to see how this is done, look at my other video. It's going to be linked at the end of this video. Front passenger side done. I think it looks great compared to my old piston. This one looks amazing. So I'm just gonna do the same thing for the other side and then I'll bring you guys back for how to do the back side. All right, I just finished the driver's side. Looking good. So I already did the fronts, turned the car around, removed the wheels, and now I'm here at the back. This is the same thing. The caliper is a lot more smaller. You still have 2 screws holding either side for the brake pads, and then there's 2 bolts holding down the entire caliper. Take off the 2 screws and it's essentially the same thing. Notice that though these might be a bit more difficult. Just turn on the light. This is actually my brake line. It goes to the top of my brake, and then I have another wire line. This is probably for the emergency brake, which, by the way, another quick note, if you're doing the back, if you want to remove this, if you have the emergency brake on, that's the handbrake, this is probably super clamped on. So you actually have to release the handbrake, pull it down. Just remember to chuck your front wheels so the car doesn't move. But yeah, just a quick note. So yeah, I'm gonna have to remove this bolt. Actually, turn on the light. I'm gonna have to remove this bolt right here and this one right here, just to get these lines loose, because they wrap. One goes over and one goes under my brake, so it's kind of like right now I can't pull this forward because I'm yanking on the 2 lines. So I'm just gonna remove again this one and this one just to get these cables loose so they can move around. That way I'm able to release this entire caliper. Alright, so like I mentioned, I removed the screw that was here. It's right there hanging. And I removed this guy, which was hooked up to this hole right here. And I just went ahead and hanged it so it's not hanging off either of these. It's just hanging off the spring. There you go. I'm gonna relieve pressure. So now to this guy, I just have to remove
this screw right here and this one down here. This whole assembly should pop out.
With both screws removed, this should just slide out. And no need to hang this, it's just a metal piece. I'm gonna put this one aside. Now, like you did the fronts, gotta hit these two. Just an FYI, remember I hit with WD-40 all the screws and let it sit for a bit. Walk out. There's the old rotor. Old rotor. Let's put this aside.
Just a quick reminder not to forget any other screws that you took off.
Back calipers are done. I'm gonna just do the same thing on the other side and wrap it up. Alright, so that was it for the video. I installed all my brakes. Remember, when you do install a new brake kit, you want to do a break-in of the brake. Every manufacturer is going to have their own break-in procedure. For power stop, I found myself a clean road. I took the car to 45 miles an hour and dropped it to 10 drastically by braking 5 times consecutively. And then I drove it again the other way of the street. I took it to 35 and then braked all the way to 5 miles an hour 5 times consecutively again, so I can heat up the brakes and the pads. You're gonna smell some, like, I don't know how to describe it. The brakes are gonna be smelly after that. And after a while, just drive it for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Just drive around so they can cool off naturally. And then that'll be it. Again, every manufacturer has their own break-in procedure. So once you get all that done, you're done. You did a full brake kit. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. Comment things you want to see in the future or any other endeavors or projects you want me to try out. Thanks for watching. Again, this was Weekend Hero. Catch you in the next one.